Yesterday, I did this three-part series on um, basically graded coins, graded pennies, and it ended up being a three-part episode. And I put them all up for the same day, instead of putting it up for 3 different days. I mean, they were over 15 minutes apiece. I could have made 3 different day videos out of it, but I'm a nice guy and all that. You know what I mean? So I put them up all on the same day, and they were really related to each other. Um, and I wasn't expecting to do it. Meaning, like I would start. I was like, all right, I did part one, and part one ended up being super duper long, and I was like, all right, I got. Let's finish this up in the second part. I start doing the second part, and it ends up being super duper long. But I did finish the thought process of talking about graded coins and where to get them and all of that. And we looked at some examples. That was episode 637. This is episode 638. And then I said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna I'm actually gonna bid on some of these coins that that I was showing in part two, talking about in part one. I'm actually gonna bid on it, and I put the camera to look at the screen, and I bid on for 25 minutes. I just straight up just mad clicked on was it 2000? No idea. And I just thought I would give a quick little update. 1998, no YAM. I'll give a little bit of an update for those of you who watched the video. You might be wondering, how did it go? And I got three so far. Oh, what a delicious what a delicious penny. This is like a 50-cent penny. This is a 50-cent penny. And if you're watching this video in 2030, you're gonna say, what do you mean 50 cents? That's $5 now. You're probably right. You're probably right, $5. And so I won 3 of the items that I bid on out of like 100. I did like 100 bids, and I won 3 out of the 100. And one of them was a mistake. It was, I think, if you watch the videos, you heard me say, "Oh my god, I bid on the brilliant circulated designation, and I don't want that because it's not a grade. It's like." Anyway, I'm not going to get all. I don't want to rehash the whole video, but I just wanted to get that quick update. Another beautiful 75. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on bidding because now I started, right. And at 20, you get it holds serious cards and whatever coins. They you can do 40 at the same 50-cent extra per coin. And you get, but it's every 20 you get the box. You get the box. If you do 21, you get the box, and then the last one comes, loose. So I'm gonna make it my business to get 20. I'm just gonna keep on, and you don't have to pay for 7 days. So I'm just gonna keep on doing $2, $3, $4, $5 bids until I get my 20. It's 82. This is copper, and I'd love to know where they always get these pieces of tar on them. You're gonna say, "Oh, it's from the street." I don't know. Coin's in really nice condition to have been in the street. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I guess in 43 years, the penny's really been around, and it collected a piece of tar somehow. But we got an 82. It's in nice condition. It has a piece of tar on it. I believe it's copper. Another 98. I wish one of these was the wide AM. I still remember that other penny that we found in a few episodes earlier, and I was wondering if it was a wide AM. And I keep looking at these really close. See, it wasn't that wide though. That's why I didn't think. See, that's really what a wide AM should look like, super wide. But I think for the 98s, 99s, and 2000s, there is one that it's not as wide as a super wide. It's kind of just separated. And I've seen it like that before, and I've seen the designation wide AM, and I was like, oh, okay, they're not touching, but they're not super far apart. That's copper penny number 4, and copper penny number 5. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, back to back. Let me go a little closer. I keep having it just a little bit. All right, that's good. Too bad the corrosion. That's copper penny number 5. Got my coffee over here. Oh wow, super die clash. You see something around the head a little bit, back of the head. Let's take. All right, let me look at this under the loop. That looks good. And the penny's in nice condition. Man, what is that? I think that's a die clash. I see when I put it at an angle, I can see the shadow of the. Oh yeah. All right, so let's turn it upside down now. Oh, that's his chin. Oh, beautiful! Look at that. Look at that. Let me get the little stick out. You have to look at him upside down. That's the chin. And this is the head. You can see the head a little bit, but they polished it off. Probably why it looks so dark. I mean, they didn't polish it off of this specific penny. They polished it off the die. But hey, you can see the back of the. Am I right? Oh, yeah, he has a real pointy chin. Oh, look, you can see the die clash there too. See in the chin. So that's. I was wondering where I was gonna find it. I was like, that's pretty strong, not to see it in the front. And there it is. It's right there at the chin. So you got the chin here. Right? This is the head. And this is the back of the head. And the coat. And then in the front, you can see it. I think that's it. Has to be. All right, let me look at under the loop real quick. So the next question is, of course, what's your word? What's your word? I don't know. I don't know if that's the die clash there. I think it is. It doesn't really matter. It's worth probably about $5. That's all I can say about that. Too close. Oh, wow. Another beauty. Look at this, man. It's like striking gold. All right, that's copper penny number 6. What a super duper. And we got a bunch of coppers there. What a super duper penny roll. These are going to be the penny rolls I'm going to wish I found. Another copper penny. Nice. This will go into my AU. So this one I can. Which one is this? I was going to keep some. It's the 82. No. I was going to keep a couple zincs on the side in case I didn't have 10 copper pennies, but I'm like 99% sure I have 10 copper pennies. Ton of copper out of this penny roll. So back to the graded coins. So I only won 3 out of 100. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep going until I hit 20. I'm gonna try to get 20 for about between $3 and $6. I'm gonna try to get 20 coins. So let's say the average is 5. 20 times 5 is $100 plus another $15 in shipping. It'll be 100 plus, and I'm not sure about how tax works with coins, with graded coins. I can't remember if you pay tax or not. Can't remember. Let's call it $120 for 20 coins, and I'm okay with that. And then I did my little investment. Yeah, I try to do a little bit of investment every week. If you have a 9 to 5, your investment every week could be a 401k. The problem is if there's a stock market, you can lose. You can have your whole 401k wiped out. Now, will you get the money back in your 401k? Now, I've had 401ks before, obviously, social worker for 20 years. And what I remember was when I was broke and that 401k went down, I was like, give me my money, man, before I lose it all. That's what I remember doing. Now, of course, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to leave it there, wait for it to go back up, rainy day and all that, not think about it. But that's just not how it works, man. That's not how life works. When you need money, you want it now, man. I didn't care about the stock market. I didn't care about nothing, man. When I was broke and that my 401k had $400 in it, I said, give me. They're like, oh, you're gonna get punished. They're gonna take, if you take it out early or whatever, it's gonna be you're gonna lose 30%. I said, take it. I didn't care about nothing. All I cared about was, back then rent was like $500 a month. Back in the 80s, 90s. If you had a little studio or something like that, it was cheap. But still, if you needed, if you were broke, you lost your job, and you had to pay your rent for $500, and then you had a 401k for $300. You said, give me my $300, and you got some breathing room. You had another month now to go look for how you're gonna make your next month's rent. Look at this. Look at these beauties, man. These are stunners. Wow, that's unbelievable. Yeah, we're way over 10. I think we have 11 or 12 copper pennies now. So after I hit the 20 pennies, that's my goal for and then I'll add it. I won't make it into an episode. I'll just add, like, I'll do a penny roll hunt like this. And then I'll say, I'll just add it as extra content for the day. That's all. I'll just add it for extra content. What do you think that is? That's got to be some dirt. There's no way. Yeah, that's just dirt. Yeah, if that was like a lamination thing, that'd be wicked. It looks like it has clouds in the background, right? Looks like a portrait picture almost. It's so cool looking. I wonder if I can make it look like that in the thumbnail, because it really does look like clouds in the background, doesn't it? Let me take a picture of that. Did I take it? Okay, it didn't blink. All right, got it now. 1999. A lot of 98, 99s, and 2000s. Not one white AM. That would have been nice. Not one beehive. That's another area you look for, the beehive on the edge. A good beehive is like $15, $20. A weak one's like $3, $4, $5. It's when you got a little extra metal on towards the upper of the building. You can have it on either side. And it looks like a beehive. You have, like, I found one that looked like a real beehive. And those are the ones that I want and that people want. Those are the ones you'll get. Maybe you might get 30, 40 bucks for it. You know, because it really looks like a beehive. I found like two or three of them. And I remember one of my members said, "Oh, that's a beehive." And I was like, "Wow, really?" Yeah, so excited. That's one of the cool things about penny roll hunting, especially in the beginning, and you're like, "What is this?" And someone tells you what it is, and you're like, "Oh, it's Christmas." You know, it's just it's just so awesome, you know. Oh, that's from this, that's from that. Like I haven't gotten that in a while, you know. Oh, that's this. You know, the 2023s, the beehives, the die clashes, the extra V's, all the stuff, man. You know, rotations. That's the when you first start doing it, especially if you're connected with a channel. You know, I have to look at the letters. It's probably just nothing, but let me just take a look at it. It sure did look extra thick in the. Yeah. Oh yeah. There is a little blip there on the left of the B. You should see it in other places, generally speaking. It's a 64. I know the 64s have a bunch of double dies. But the only place I really see is that B. I don't know if you can see it in the B or not. I'll see if I can go a little closer. Right there in the B. But you know, and it is like it probably is just shelving, but it really does look like, you know, an extra metal in that one little corner. Hard to tell. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So I can't believe how much copper we got in this penny roll. You just never know, you know. You never know. No idea. You never know what you're gonna what you're gonna find. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will do the short um, extra video when the time comes, which I hope is in the next. I mean, I just threw like an extra, like 10 or 15 bids, and I'm gonna throw an extra. I'm just gonna keep going. If it takes all week for me to get 20, and you have to be careful when you get down towards the end, or you're gonna end up. Um, you just never want to go over 40 unless that's real. Like if your goal is 40 and you're throwing 100 bids on, there's a chance you're going to go over it. Then you have to pay the extra shipping, which is not a big deal. But if you're really trying to save a few bucks, then 98. We got a lot of 98s, 99s, and 2000s today. I can't believe how much copper we got out of this penny roll. It would have been nice if we got one wide AM out of all of these. I think the last penny's copper also. I'll let you look at how much copper we got. It's just unbelievable. All right, let's look. Here's some nice stuff here too, man. Nice copper pennies. All right. I'm just putting them in 2 rows. We got, and I'll show it to you. We got 7 and 7 is 14, 15, 16. 16 copper pennies. That's a lot. That's a super lot. 1, 2, and then 2 rows of 7. That's right. 7 and 7 is 14, 14 and 2. And that's not a copper penny, right? No. 87. That's the one with the die clash. So you're talking about 16 copper pennies, right? 16? 14 and 14 plus 2 is 16. 16 doubled is 30. So that's 32% copper. You know, yeah, I think copper is going to be worth 5 cents a pound very shortly. 5 cents per penny in copper weight. So it doesn't even matter that it's a penny coin value. Just the weight of a penny is going to be 5 cents soon in copper. So you're talking about, 50 cents per 10 pennies. So 15 pennies, you're talking about $1.50 for 15 pennies, or $2.50 per roll of heavily circulated copper pennies. No. 50 cents at 5. Yeah. 5 times 5. 50 times 5. Yeah. 250. But you only pay 50 cents for it. Right. And you got $2. And that's for your heavily one. And then, all your little special ones that you could get, like this one that we found with the die clash, right? Now his $3 or $4 or $5. And you got yourself a little hobby that you make a few bucks on. You pick up a few graded coins here and there. And before you know it, in a few years, you got a few $1,000s of coins just by doing nothing, by doing very, very little, So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please click like, subscribe. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one. I got to do all these videos now. I'm going to have to do I have those 3. Plus I have to do 7 copper pennies. So that makes the 10 short videos.